Good morning to one and all present here. So today we are going to see about unit number 3 in which we are going to start that bucking of by theorem. So this will comes under method of dimension, in which we have discussed earlier in the previous class. We discussed about Rayleigh's method. Today we are going to see about bucking of by theorem method. So this is very important topic in the third unit, right? So in the previous cases in the university examination, they have asked one big question in the part B as well as one big question in the part C section also, right? So that from that you can know that how much it is important, right? So nothing complicated in this what Buckingham by theorem. So it's a mathematical approach. Once you follow the same mathematical approach means you can get a maximum mark, right? So again it comes under method of our dimensional analysis. One is Rayleigh's method and Buckingham by theorem method, in which we have completed Rayleigh's method. Now let us see Buckingham by theorem method, right? So here what is Buckingham pi theorem method means? So here the pi term is very much important, right? It is a dimensionless group. So from that we are going to calculate the that final expression, right, for a complicated engineering problem. If the variables that is involved in this problem is more than 5 or 6 or something, right? If it is more, then we can go with either Rayleigh's method and what Buckingham by theorem method. But when compared to Buckingham by theorem and Rayleigh's method, if the variable number is very less, then we can move with the Rayleigh's method. So in within a short steps we will get the solution, right? So Rayleigh's method becomes laborious if variables are more than fundamental dimension. So the difficulty is overcome by Buckingham by theorem, which states that if there are, so it is very important 2 mark question, or as well as while sometimes they may ask derive Buckingham by theorem method, right? So this definite statement is much needed. So if there are n variables, both independent and dependent in a physical phenomenon, and if these variables contain m fundamental dimensions, then the variables are arranged into n minus m dimensionless term, which are called pi term, right? So here, so what is given in this statement means if there are n variables in that problem, right? So in the problem itself they will define the number of variables involved in this problem. That thing you have to count it, right? So you have to count both dependent as well as independent variable, right? So that is equal to n equal to 5, 6, 7 or L, right, etc., right? You have to count from the question, you have to take from the question, right? Then you know that, you all know that what are the fundamental dimensions, that is mass length time mlt. So it is fixed for any problem, m is fixed, it is equal to 3 mlt. So it is 3, right? So right, which is equal to n minus m. M is known, m is known, then you can easily find out how many pi terms will come, right? So n minus m, for example n equal to 4, m equal to 3. So how many pi terms are there? So pi equal to n minus m, 4 minus 3, 1. Suppose n equal to 5, so you may get 2 pi term, you will get 2 pi term, right? So that you can easily find out how many number of variables involved in that problem, right? So consider for our theoretical perspective, let us consider x1, x2, x3 up to x4, xn are the variables involved in a physical problem, right? x1, x2, x3, x4 up to xn, right? Let from this parameter x1 be the dependent variable. X1 depends on other parameters x2, x3, x4, right? So you have to write the general equation for this statement. So x1 which is equal to a function of other parameters. So why we are putting this equation y1 in left hand side? X1 is what? Dependent variable. So you should be clear in this regard. X1 be the dependent variable, so it should come in the left hand side. So other thing will comes in the right hand side, right? So it's a function of x2, x3, x4 up to xn, right? So x1 also be a variable. X1 also be a variable, so that a function of x1 genius, right? So from the given statement you are framing the first equation. So from that first equation you are forming the second equation, right? If that second equation contains n variables and if there are m fundamental dimensions, so it is very easy to find number of what? Pi time. So pi time which is equal to n minus m, right? N minus m, right? So what are the main properties of pi time? Each pi term is dimensionless and is independent of system of units, right? Division or multiplication by a constant does not change the character of the pi term, right? Each pi term contains m plus 1 variables, where m is the number of fundamental dimension, also called repeating variables. Let in the above case x2, x3, x4 are the repeating variable, and if fundamental dimensions m equal to 3, then each pi term is written as pi1 equal to. So we are calculating pi term. Pi term is nothing but n minus m. Using that formula you are framing the pi term, right? So here x2 power a1, x3 power b1, x4 power c1 into x1, right? So pi 2 equal to x2 power a2, x3 power b2, x4 power c2 and x5, right? Each equation is solved by the principles of dimensional homogeneity, and the values of a1, b1, c1 etc. are obtained. Final result up to x n minus m. So I hope that in this regard, so you have to you have to remember this concept, right? You have to mug up any cost, right? So let us see, while solving problem you may get a clear idea about this, right? So what we discussed in these sessions, that will come in the problem solving part, right? Now, so there is one method we have followed. We have to follow one procedure to select the repeating variable. One procedure has to be followed, right? So the number of repeating variables are equal to number of fundamental dimensions of the problem, right? So number of if the number of fundamental dimensions for any problem which is equal to g3, so that the number of repeating variable for a group which is also equal to 3, right? So how we are selecting that repeating variable means, one property is from a geometric property, either it's define its length, diameter and so other geometric property, and one is from flow property, velocity, acceleration, like that things will come, and one is from flow property, fluidic property, it nothing but density and kinematic viscosity, right? So using that we are selecting the repeating variable from that given statement, right? So the repeating variable, as far as possible, dependent variable should not be selected as repeating variable, right? So it depends upon, so that thing should not come in the should not variable contain geometric property, flow property and fluidic property. Then that repeating variable selected should form a dimensionless group. The repeating variables together must contain all three fundamental dimensions M, L, T, right? So no two repeating variables should have the same dimensions, right? So for example, in most cases, the choice of repeating variable may be D. It represents geometric property, V velocity flow property, rho density is the fluidic property, or L V rho, or D V mu, right? So the things you have to select, right? This procedure has to be followed repeatedly, right? So here let us see one problem, right? So the resisting force R of a supersonic plane during flight can be considered as dependent upon the length of the aircraft L, velocity. I think the same problem has to be what we have solved by using what Rayleigh's method, right? Same the problem has to be solved using Rayleigh's method. The same question is repeated here. So in the first step, in the left hand side you have to write the word dependent variable, that is force, resisting force R, right? So it is a function of all independent parameters has to be written here, right? That is what L, V, mu, rho, K. So this is nothing but equation. This is nothing but equation number 1, right? In the next step, what we are doing is function of that independent R, L, V, mu, rho, K, which is equal to 0, right? So here you know that how many variables are involved in this problem. So you have count the variables R, L, V, mu, rho, K. So totally 6, right? So here then how many number of fundamental dimensions are there for any problem? Number of fundamental dimensions are nothing but MLT. So you have to put M equal to 3. Then you need to find out number of dimensionless pi term, that is equal to n minus m. So 6 minus 3, you are getting 3. So now we have come and conclusion that now we need to find out what is pi 1. So here number of pi term is nothing but 3. So you need to find out pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, which is equal to 0, right? So now, so out of this 6 variable, how we have to select that repeating variables means one is from what? Geometric property. So out of this 6, R can be omitted, right? In this selection part, the repeating variable selection part, R can be neglected because R is the dependent variable. At any cost, we have to what? Neglect that R from that what? Selection part, right? So R is eliminated. Out of that 5, you have to select 3 repeating variables. One is of, again I am telling, one is of geometric property, one is of flow property, and one is of fluidic property. So we can obviously select for geometric, it is length. Other parameters are what? Not satisfying geometric property. Flow property, velocity, acceleration may become. So here velocity only listed here, so we can choose V here. For fluidic property, you can choose rho as well as mu. So this is a very important part. Rho and mu that can be selected, but here we are selecting only rho, right? Only we are selecting rho. But in what circumstances we are selecting mu means, in a question if they mention like viscous flow, then obviously you have to choose mu here, right? For fluidic property you have to choose mu. அதாவதுப்பா ரோவும் மியூவும் இருக்கிற பட்சத்தில் you have to select rho first, right? ரோ தான் நீங்கள் செலக்ட் பண்ணணும், டென்சிட்டியை தான் செலக்ட் பண்ணணும். அன்லெஸ் அதர்வைஸ் வெதர் யூ ஹாவ் டு செக் தி கொஸ்டின், நம்ம விஸ்கஸ் ஃப்ளோ அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துருக்காங்களான்னு பார்க்கணும், right? So while reading that question, you have to clearly you have to read that question. Viscous flow அப்படின்னு இருந்துச்சுன்னா you have to underline the word. Then for fluidic property, instead of rho you have to select mu. Instead of rho you have to select mu, right? Now it is very easy, that is pi 1 equal to L power A1 V power B1 and rho power C1. These all are repeating variable, so it can be repeated in all the three pi terms. So see, pi 1 pi 2 pi 3 L V rho as common, right? We are putting what? A1 B1 C1. Then first, in the first pi term we have to include that so the thing we have not chosen in the repeating variable, that will come here, that is mu as well as k. It is listed in the pi 2 and pi 3 part, right? Now, so how we are going to solve that what each pi term? So first of all, consider the first pi term, right? First pi term, that is pi 1 equal to L power A1 V power B1 then rho power C1 into R, resisting force R. Now what we can do here is, so we can write all the dimensions of what? Each parameters. Force, that is mass into acceleration, ml t power minus 2, right? For length it is L. For velocity, L t power minus 1. For density, kg per meter cube, ml power minus 3. So likewise you have to write all the dimensions of each parameters. Then so pi term, it is dimensionless number, so we can put m0 l0 t0 here, which is equal to L power, so A1, right? So L power A1, so here dimension is capital L power A1 into then velocity meter per second, so L t power minus 1 the whole bracket, the power of B1. Then m density, m L power minus 3 the power of C1. For force it is m L t power minus 2. Now what we are doing is the same thing what we followed in the Rayleigh's method. Consider the power of m. So in the left hand side 0 is there, then C1 plus 1, so C1 equal to minus 1. Then you have to consider power of L. So in the left hand side obviously you will get 0 here, so A1 plus B1 plus minus 3. Consider the power of t 0, b1 minus 2, then b1 equal to minus 2, right? So here how we are calculating L means, first you have to consider the power of m, so you will get C1 equal to minus 1. Then while considering the power of L, power of t, you will get b1 equal to minus 2. Then you have to move to the power of L calculation, so in that you are getting a1 equal to minus 2, right? Now you know that pi 1 equal to L power A1 V power B1 rho power C1 into R. So you have to substitute the values of A1 B1 C1 here, so you will get L square V power minus 2 rho power minus 2 and R, right? So consider that minus term you can bring it down, so that R divided by rho L square V square. So here you will get L square V square rho, L square V square rho, right? So the same ideology can be used to find out pi 2 also. Pi 2 is nothing but m0 L0 t0, which is equal to L power A1, L power A2 V power B2 rho power C2 into mu density, that is air viscosity mu, right? So that dimension can be, so only thing is that dimension only change, so that power may be or changing, so that constant value A2 B2 C2 are changing. Now we are calculating pi 2. Then you have to use the same formula methodology, then you have to find out pi 3, right? So you know that a function of pi 1 pi 2 pi 3 equal to function of that pi 1 values comma can be bringen into the right hand side, that is a procedure. So R by rho L square V square equal to function of other parameters, right? Mu by LV rho and K by V square rho, right? OL cross multiplication. So the resultant force R equal to rho L square V square pi. In the bracket you are getting that value, right? So the procedure can be followed. So this is your final solution for this problem, right? So let us see another one problem. So a thin rectangular plate having a width W and height h is located so that it is normal to a moving stream fluid. Assume the drag D, it is nothing but force, drag is nothing but force, that the fluid exert on the plate is a function of W, h, the fluid viscosity and density mu and rho respectively. Fluid viscosity mu, density rho respectively, and velocity v of the fluid approaching the plate. Determine suitable set of pi theorem to study this problem experimentally, right? So here drag force is the dependent variable. Drag force is the depending variable. So D equal to function of width W, height h, viscosity mu, density rho, velocity v. So for selecting geometric property, there is a competition between width and height. So we can choose anyone because the dimensions are same. You can choose W or h here. They have selected W here, right? For stated in that question means then you have to choose the rho, right? If it is stated like viscous flow, then you have to choose mu, right? So dimensions are listed. So use method of dimension, you can get the value for this problem, right? So this is your final expression. D equal to rho V square W square pi W by h and mu W rho, right? So this is another one problem, you have to solve it. This is also another one problem. So for your practice I have listed here, right? Pi 1, pi 2, everything is. So this problem is somewhat important, right? So I think in the last year also the same problem has been repeated, right? So here there are 7 problems, right? So 7 parameters, fundamental dimensions are 3. So number of pi term equal to pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, pi 4. N minus m, that is 7 minus 3, it is 4. So pi 1, you have to calculate pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, pi 4, right? So with this so this is for your identification. I have listed this table, right? So with this I am concluding my today's lecture. So thank you for your watching, right? If you have any doubt you can ask me. Thank you.